My mother-in-law said I'd never be good enough at my wedding, so I made sure she was never good enough for anything that mattered to her again. The whole family watched me systematically replace their matriarch and told her she'd brought it on herself. My mother-in-law was this carefully constructed image of perfection, designer clothes and dinner parties, but she'd driven out 3 daughters-in-law in 5 years. The broken engagement, the nervous breakdown, the divorce papers. Her own sister had warned me at my rehearsal dinner, drunk and bitter from years of being overshadowed. Then she grabbed that microphone at my wedding reception and gave me the opportunity I didn't know I was waiting for. My stomach dropped when she grabbed that microphone at my wedding reception. Started sweet, then listed his ex-girlfriends like trophies. The surgeon, the lawyer, the senator's daughter, 200 guests squirming in their seats. During our goodbye hug, she pulled me close, patted my back and whispered, "Never be good enough." The next Sunday, I tried to clear the air. She set down her fork, smiled at me like I was a child. "You're not good enough. You'll never be good enough." I couldn't sleep that night. My husband snored beside me like nothing had happened while those words played on repeat in my head. The next morning, everything started unraveling. Found takeout containers in her outdoor trash from the homemade dinner she'd served us. Overheard her begging the caterer on the phone to lie if anyone asked. The cleaning lady mentioned she brings in 2 extra people for every family gathering. This woman who declared me inadequate couldn't do a single thing she claimed made her better than me. Complete fraud. That's when I noticed the truth hiding in plain sight. My father-in-law's shirts in the guest room closet, his reading glasses on that nightstand. He'd been sleeping separately since before we got engaged. Everyone knew exactly what she was. They just went along with it. And right then, lying there at 3 a.m., I realized I didn't need to expose her. I just needed to be real. It started so small. I was near my father-in-law's hardware store. Brought him lunch. Nothing fancy, just soup in a thermos. But the way his whole face changed when he tasted it, like I'd handed him a memory. He mentioned missing his mother's pot roast, so I spent my weekend digging through dusty boxes in their attic until I found her handwritten recipe cards. The next Tuesday, when I brought it to him, this 60-year-old man got tears in his eyes. Haven't tasted this in 35 years. His brother started showing up on Tuesdays. Then her own sister was texting me for recipes. My mother-in-law told everyone I was pathetically desperate for approval. October came, his birthday she'd forgotten 3 years running. I threw him a surprise party, cooked everything myself. She walked in an hour late in her tennis whites, expecting her usual throne. Instead, her bitter sister stood up with her wine. First real family party in a decade. This girl's good enough to be a real daughter. The silence was beautiful. She completely unraveled after that. Called my boss at 9 p.m., voice slurring, claiming I was sleeping with her husband. He'd been at the party and just laughed before hanging up. She sent out gold embossed invitations for a competing Thanksgiving, not one RSVP. When she cornered me in the parking lot with an envelope of cash, hands shaking, mascara smudged, I didn't even count it, just pushed it back. That's not my problem. The way her face crumpled, I knew she'd already lost everything. Thanksgiving destroyed her. She barged into my dining room while I was lighting candles, demanding we go to her house. My father-in-law set down the wine bottle, looked her straight in the eye. "No, we're going to our daughter's house." Daughter, not daughter-in-law. Her face went from red to purple, started shrieking about tradition, respect, family order. That's when my husband finally found his spine, told her she hadn't cooked in 10 years. His dad had been sleeping in the guest room since before our wedding. They were done pretending. I waited until dessert, everyone happy and full of my food, to announce the pregnancy. Watched her face light up with hope before my father-in-law stood, raised his glass. "You're not good enough to be in my grandchild's life." The only sound was her chair scraping back as she ran out. She showed up at the hospital when I gave birth, actually tried to push past the nurse until security stepped in. I'd marked her as restricted during pre-registration. Through the glass doors, she watched her ex-husband hold our daughter while she stood there with her designer purse, calling everyone she knew. Nobody came for her. That was 2 years ago. My father-in-law lives above our garage now, teaches my daughter his mother's recipes while I drink coffee and watch them destroy my kitchen. Every holiday, the house fills with people who actually want to be there. Last week, I saw her at the grocery store buying a single serving of potato salad, the same brand she used to claim was homemade. Our eyes met. She opened her mouth, but I just turned to my daughter and asked what Grandpa should cook next. When I looked back, she was gone.